Endi bu yerga early. Okay, endi early deganimiz nima? Sanlar baldur. Okay. Masalan, the sun rises early. Endi late degan joyda sanlar keyin. Keyin. Demakchi, kechikib demakchi early, late. Okay, next one. King's Madison, the boy reading an interesting book. Okay, the boy is reading an interesting book. Reading an interesting book. And the boy nima qo'yibdi? Bir qiziqarli kitob qo'yibdi. Mishariki interesting deganimiz nima? Sanlar qiziqarli. Endi qiziqarli degan argizmi nima? Sanlar bu kulkulik Abdukerim opamizdan itotidek degan gap emas. O'qigan sira nima edi deb qattiq ichiga chirib ketgan bo'lsa nima? Interesting. Interesting book. Okay. You know, our climate isn't very good, but it's very interesting. Qaranglar, bizning klimatimiz ancha yaxshi emas. Biroq it's very interesting. O'yin tayinlanadi sanlar qiziqarli. Qanday klimatni qiziqarli deymiz bolalar? Hech o'zgaradigan, jiq bo'lgan, o'zgaradigan yani nima? Interesting. Good. Next one is they are talking, right? They are talking. Ular paranglashadi. Also we can say they are having a conversation. They are having a conversation. And the misharika talking shnama paranglashmak. And they are talking, right? And you can also say they are having a conversation. And the misharika talk bilan conversation nam farqini bersa, o'xshash parang hamda. Lekin hamda conversation degan ikki yakun olchi qadam bir xil rasmiy holatdagi paranglashganni conversation deymiz. And a talk degan joy masalan you can talk to yourself. O'z-o'zimiz bilan paranglashgan bo'ldi-ku hamda. Demak hamda o'shniki azroq farqi bor. Conversation, another one is, talk. So, what are they talking about? Food, school, games, or movies? So, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Amsilani tabaqlar bo'ladi. Ular nima to'g'riliqda paranglashayotganda? Food, school, games, or conversation, right? They are talking about something. They are having a conversation about. And the misharga about deganimiz nima? To'g'risida. Maybe they are talking about food, right? Maybe they are talking about school. Okay. Something they talk about. It's a subject. Okay. And the misharke abay deyishgandek food, school, games, or movies. It's the topic, right? It means they are subject. Xo'sh, ana bu yerga subject deganimiz nima? Parangning temisi. So what is the subject? All right? And so ular paranglashayotgan shu temisi nima? What is the subject? Subject. Shu subject deganimiz nima? Tema. Something they are talk about. Something they talk about. They are subject. Onadagi subject deganni yana ma'vo. Darslik deb ma'nosi bor. Darslik. Shunga what's your favorite subject? Masalan, siz eng yaxshi ko'radigan pen qaysi? Qaysi penni bekrak yaxshi ko'rasiz degan. Endi men qarasam, conversation bu nayt uzun so'zga voy qanday as saqlama deb balkim 5 yil qatish mumkin. Unda emas. Inglizchada ham qanday desanlar ko'pincha so'zdan shu Uyg'urcha o'xshash ohangni bilsanlar yozib chiqa oladigan gap. Masalan, con. Masalan, o ko'pincha o talaffuz qilinishi. Masalan, dog. All right? The con kin nima deyish nima? Con. Bo'ldi mana ver. Odatda bu shu er nima desanlar? That conversation. Conversation degan keyin narsa. Keyingisi ion degan ism yozish qo'shimcha. Ko'pincha ismni tion ism. Okay. Conversation. Bu nima? Shinda o'qiladi. Demak, bugun bilib oldingiz. Keyin nurg'un so'zlar bor. Masalan, communication. Bu nima ism? Keyindagi shin. O'xshash nima? tion. Station deb oson bo'ldi. musharaka ver asıl qanday desam, qiyin bo'lishi mumkin. Demak conversation degan parang suhbat, tushunami? Talk. Good word house. Okay, anda yerime bu bilekte, yerime u bilekte. Andaqda tutashtirib beringlar. Birinchisi nima ekan? Deb talaffuz qilingan-ku. East. Good. What about next one is subject. Right? Next one is north. Good. North. Next one rise. Good. Next one is okay, conversation. Good. Next one is interesting. Pakistan interesting. Interesting. I'm the one interesting. Interesting. Okay, we should TV now. Interesting. Good. Interesting. Next one is season. Season. Pestle degan gap bo'ldi. What about next one is mild. Okay, season and what? Mild. Good. Degan bu yerga bugungi bo'yim so'zlar east, subject, north, rise, conversation, interesting, season and mild. Good. Mushlarni yaxshi takrorlasam. Xo'sh, hamsa bugungi tekstimizga kelsak, savol hamsa bu tekstimizda qandaq mazmunlar chiqdi? Qandaqda shu tekstimizning mazmunini qarasak. First of all, listen and say what the weather is like in England. First of all, listen and say what the weather like in England. According to this, such as what about in the north? In the north of the England, east, south, west. Andaqda mush Englandningki mushu to'rt mush taraflarda azar havo qandaq. Andaqda avval mushni anglab bo'lgandan keyin javob bersam.
Where do you come from?
I come from England.
What's the climate like in your country?
It's mild, but it's not always pleasant. The weather's often cold in the north and windy in the east. It's often wet in the west and sometimes warm in the south.
Which seasons do you like best?
I like spring and summer. The days are long and the nights are short. The sun rises early and sets late. I don't like autumn and winter. The days are short and the nights are long. The sun rises late and sets early. Our climate is not very good, but it's certainly interesting. It's our favorite subject of conversation.
All right, finished? Good. So what about in the north? Okay, what about the north? So what's the weather like in the north of England? What is the weather like? And what about in the south or in the west and in the east? It's in the north, it means like often cold. What about in the south? Sometimes warm, right? What about in the west? Often wet. Okay, west. So in the east, yeah, it's windy. Means a lot of wind. Hamda mush ingliztidagi news deb bir gap bor. News xabar shunami? Xabar narin kelgan desang, mush to'rt tarafdagi masalan birinchi N north, ikkinchisi E east, VW shunami? New shunami? Mush to'rt tarafdan yig'ib kelgan yangi narsalarni yig'in desa S ko'plik shunami? News mush nima desanglar inglizda xabar deb ataladi. Xabar deb ataladi. Demak, mush to'rt tarafninki bosh harfidan yig'in desa, amniyatini bersanlar news degan gap, news.